I had to talk this one out. They're trying to show me something, but I'm not sure what. So forgive all this. Maybe this one can't go out, but you know how, well, let's start off with something softer. You know how you'll see, like, it feels like there's a lot of talk where men are becoming more aware and sensitive to their wives and understanding what their wives are going through. So it's like for so long, women understood that men had a rough day at work and had a lot of responsibilities and a lot of worries and concerns and so on and so forth. But it wasn't reciprocal. They didn't understand, well, that's your world, that's your normal, that's your amount of level of stress, and you're doing it to, provide and care for your family and think of the future. And hopefully you are doing that and planning things out and taking charge and taking lead in that way. And yet they don't consider that, if it's the case of a stay-at-home wife and mother, the amount of stress they also have. It's all relative to each person, and they're having to worry about every little detail, and they never get off, right? They don't get done with work. They're on 24/7, worrying about all the meals and all the planning and all of the cleaning in the house, the management and the what they're going to, it's like a lot of times the husband will look for guidance, like, well, what do you need me to do? And that can be annoying when it's like, okay, now I have to make a list of what my husband needs to do, right? And this is why oftentimes the wife is like, just forget it, I'll do it. It's like they're so clogged up with their own worries and concerns and their own task to do that they can't even stop to separate what would even be beneficial, because they're on 24/7 with the laundry and the cooking and the cleaning and the managing and the planning and even the vacation where then they have to plan all that, even if they get somebody to assist. Like, everything is a lot, and it's a lot for them too. And so I think a lot of times, back in the day, it was like the men didn't necessarily consider that or worry about that, because in their eyes, they were comparing it to what they were doing. Never compare and compete. And so they're like, please, that's nothing compared to what I do. Well, they're not doing what you're doing. They're doing what they're doing, and they too are stressed. And so I feel like, we're coming into balance with all of this. Men and women are getting better at appreciating our differences and how we operate and what we do and communicating better. And we're all evolving nicely, as we should. And in due time, the pendulum always swings. And all this said, giving you that background, but maybe it wasn't the best background. They were showing me, like, you probably know this too, like a lot of very, very powerful men do have a tremendous amount of stress on them and a tremendous amount of people to lead and a tremendous amount of pressure on them. If they make the wrong slip, they're affecting a tremendous amount of people. So they've let down not only themselves, but so many others, including their family, but including so many others. And so it's just more pressure and stress than most of us can even imagine or fathom, let alone ever experience or take on. And so these type of men tend to need a very dominant woman in the bedroom. It's like the one place that they can fucking let go. And they don't have to take charge and worry about the other person and lead the other person and do fucking everything. It's like the one time and one place that they can fully release, fully be intimate, fully just let down all the guards. And so it's like this idea that sometimes really, really powerful men need an extremely dominant woman in the bedroom that knows what she wants and can take charge and lead in the one place she can lead, right? And it's like the place that they can, all pressure is off. And then, ironically, they can really perform. And they were showing this, but they were also showing it was almost like humiliation, which I thought was interesting. So again, I still am not sure. None of this is new news. But it was something about they also need that humiliation from their very dominant partner. But the way they kept showing it was more in a like public setting. I don't know how to explain it. It was just little things, but it was like something that us normal Joes would maybe frown upon or be like, oh my God, did you see that? Or there must not be love, like just nonsense where it's like such, forgive me, it's ignorance is what it is. It's just ignorance to how human behavior and human mind works and reality. And so it's like picking at the low-hanging fruit when it's like, oh, but you fool, that wasn't even low-hanging fruit. That wasn't even what was happening. But interesting, that was your take. This is why it's always interesting how people respond and what they say and what they do, because even their criticism is just telling you their preferences and how they see things. Nonetheless, oh God, so it was this. So it's powerful. They kept showing powerful men, and they kept showing like little like things that the wife would do in public that would nothing outright egregious, nothing so obnoxious, but it was little things that others would pick up on. But again, almost as if the powerful man wanted it and liked it, because it was controlled. Maybe that's what it was too. It wasn't out and out disrespect, although a fine line in my book, right? Like there's so I'm sorry, I'm trying to get it out. And so it was showing that too. It's almost like it was something around this, and it was that same idea as the dominance in the bedroom. It was kind of like, it's almost like they're so smart too. It's like so smart and so powerful, and that nobody else can humiliate them. It's almost like they desire it. Is that it? It's something along those lines where it's so interesting where, can you see how this duality can be enticing and interesting, but it's also so true. It's like that contrast we so desire. So it's like if you're so powerful and you're so much more powerful than everybody else, it can be exhausting, right? Like, damn, do you wish somebody was more powerful? God, do you wish you could take a break, right? So then it makes sense. They need that really dominant female in the bedroom to fucking finally release. And I guess it's the same line of thinking where it's like they can't be outsmarted or they can't be humiliated, although many try. That it's almost like the one way that they can feel that humiliation, which is kind of funny, right? Because we don't think we want to feel humiliated. But it's almost like because they never are, it's like to finally feel humiliated in some little way is almost a relief. Like, oh, thank God, somebody can humiliate me, or somebody can outsmart me, or somebody. It again takes that pressure off. It's like a form of release. I find all of this very interesting and enjoyable. And so maybe this is why they're trying to show me or teach me something here, this way, with this line of thinking. But I'm still not certain of what they're trying to teach me or what the lesson is. Like, we all need to let our guards down sometimes, or we all need that release, or we all need that compliment, right? It's like you need that other half that compliments you so well that we all do desire, at least I do, that deep, intimate bond with another, that deep connection and understanding and acceptance with another, which, again, to me, it's like how much you can meet yourself is going to determine how much you can meet another person, right? So if you aren't meeting yourself very deeply and don't know yourself, understand yourself, and love yourself, then you're going to likely meet somebody else who also can't do that, right? And so this is the idea of the vibrational match. And we always say like high vibrational, but it's both. It's how low can you go and how high can you go within you? How well do you know your light and your dark? And how much are you in control of it and still aligned with you? And, in control of you. And it is that idea. It's like, it's so important for your own sake. But then when you do it for your own sake, the intimacy that you can receive and engage with another, to me, is so much more delicious and so much more impactful and so much more release and relief, right? It just seems so obvious and basic, right? Like basic relationships have basic depth and basic relief, basic joy, in other words, there isn't much there, right? But the deeper you go within, the deeper you receive without. And meaning outside of you. Hopefully you heard that. And maybe they're just showing me that. Maybe they're just suggesting like for everybody to be more open-minded, which is always the case. We always want that. But it's also, so many things are jumping through my head right now, and I'm just not sure what ones to say. I don't know. Because I want to say, but this is even more reason to get your nose out of everybody else's book and put it in your own book, right? Like love yourself, worry about yourself. But at the same time, it's so good that we have these examples so people can see and hear and understand, right? Like when you see these really powerful men. And don't get me wrong, you see a lot of powerful men with Barbie dolls that are just idiots or egotistical or just there for the money or just there for the power or just there for both or just there for whatever. And they're happy to leave the second they get a chance. But I guess maybe it's I guess it's all like a smorgasbord, meaning, maybe that's what they're showing me. It's like you get to see all the time what it is you desire, so you have to give it to yourself to receive it. And the reason I'm saying that is I also saw the other day, this little clip of a couple. I think they were like an old Italian couple, and they were swimming in some lake in Italy, and it was this guy that was filming them, and he was far away because he had to zoom in and out. But they were both on the same float, and she was in the front and he was in the back. It was a long rectangular float, but his head was basically in her ass, and it was hysterical. And they were laughing and having the best time as they were swimming along. And it was very intimate, but also fun. It's like you want to marry somebody who you are so comfortable with and can just laugh and love and be you, even when it's like the silliest thing, but it's also very intimate at the same time, and it's just delicious. You want to have that closeness, that ease, that comfort and love within you and another who does as well, and you can share that together. To me, there's nothing more delicious than to have that true connection and bond with another. And that does take, that takes time on both parts. It takes time for yourself, loving yourself, knowing yourself. And it also takes time for the other person doing that. And it takes time for the two of you to offer that to one another and build together to build that bond. So you already have the bond within you, and hopefully they have the bond within them. And then to have a bond between the two, right? It's 1, 2, and 3. It's always threes, right? Me, myself, and I, and that person, him, himself, and himself. And then united between the two. But all three require time, right? And willingness and many, many, many things. No, I think there's more here, and I'm not sure what. But I guess that's it for now. If they keep bringing it across my desk, we'll keep unwinding it, I suppose. Thanks so much for tuning in and listening. You can now purchase an audio journey with me using the link below.